Hey guys, it's Tommy CM. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode down at Blisswood Hills. In the last episode, if you missed it, we built this boomerang coaster within sort of like a castle courtyard area with a bit of a flat ride, a few shops, a midway game, and we also built this Ferris wheel, bit of a seating area, and we put in a children's play park. Now, in this episode, the plan, we are going to jump back over here to something I started a long time ago, and in this section where this path goes in, what I kind of want to do here is I want to have a ride that goes kind of down the back of the Surf's Up coaster, and I'm thinking to put in a River Rapids ride. I don't often build river rapids, mainly because I do find them very hard to either try and theme or make look effective. But what I'm going to go for is a bit of a just like a natural, realistic kind of vibe. So a bit like you would at typical UK theme parks, where there isn't a huge amount of theming. There might be one or two little effects, but that's about it. Yeah, that's the plan for this episode, and I'm just going to get going on that, and we will see where that takes me. Okay, so we have a start at least for the River Rapids. So we have a bit of a queue line, sort of like a cattle pen style. In my mind here, I'm thinking sort of like Drayton Manor. I think the Thorpe Park queue line as well, for their River Rapids. That sort of cattle pen within like a wooden enclosure kind of vibe. That's what I'm kind of going for with that. So we'll see how that develops. In terms of the actual ride itself, obviously we start off just here. I wish you could put in a spinning turntable station. I think that would be a fantastic addition. So Frontier, if you are listening, that would be much welcomed on a future update. And then we go around here, and obviously we have to slightly go down, just to keep the the style and the speed of the ride going. If it was just flat all the way, it would be a little bit too tame even for a River Rapids standard, but as you can see here, we're kind of tucked in at the side of the terrain, and what I will probably do is pull this terrain over the edge to make it feel like it's a natural river flowing through the ground. So yeah, we go through there, go down, and then go into a little tunnel here, and then that tunnel spits them out just down there. And then you come out here into a big body of water. There'll be guests walking around the top of there. I'm not sure if I'm happy with this little bit yet. I might just pull this back. I don't know. And then back up the lift hill into the station. So you can sort of see the UK style of River Rapids. There's no sort of big drops like you do in, like you certainly get in a lot of River Rapids rides in say America and places like that. But that's the kind of vibe I'm going for. If we just zoom out and take a bird's eye view, and let's just go up here, we can get a look. You can see I've kind of tucked it away. That was my plan, was to use the little triangle of space at the side of this coaster for the ride. It's not a huge ride, but I think it's a big enough ride for what it needs to be for the park. And yeah, we'll just have a body of water there, where the boats will come out towards the end. So I'm going to continue theming that, and I'll see you again shortly. Okay, so we have finished the River Rapids. Now here is here's the view over the water that I mentioned was kind of the idea. So here, obviously, guests will be able to look over, see any family, friends, and etc. on the ride below. In the final pool of water, I did kind of take away that last little bridge or little mini cave thing that was going on with the train. I wasn't a fan of that. But what I have done is, you can see here, I've pulled over the train to go over the edge of the ride, just to make the ride look like it's more natural. I do think that one of the things when you're building these sorts of rides is when you see them in person, they are, they are designed with natural, or at least natural styling. You don't actually see the sides of the ride. So what I've done here is I've used some rocks down this section, which obviously the boat would be typically bashing into and spinning, which obviously this boat doesn't. And then down here I've pulled over, as I say, the terrain over the edge of the track, and it just gives to me a more realistic look on the ride as it's going around. So as I say, it's very minimalistic. There's not a huge amount of theming going on until you get round to the waterfall just here. Then you got a waterfall going underneath, through the tunnel, down there into the last section, and out again into there. So yeah, it's not. Admittedly, it isn't the most thrilling of rides, but that's what I kind of was going for, if that makes sense. And then obviously I've put the trees, etc., surrounding the area just to enclose it all, make it feel, like you are away from the park. So that's that. Then we'll go and have a look at the queue line. So down here we've got the Rapid River. Terrible name, but it's a terrible ride, so it works perfectly. So here we've got a ramp going up, and then, as I say, a cattle pen inside. I put these TVs up, just put adverts on, but this advert, when you're trying to build and this is playing all the time, it is so annoying. So annoying. So yeah, that's my tip for anybody is I need to actually attach that to the pillar. I didn't realise there was a gap on that one. So yeah, I didn't realise that this was just so loud and repetitive, but there we go. Cattle pen, a bit of a gap going into a second cattle pen, and then out onto the station platform. It's got a bit more security fence in there and there. As I say, ideally this would have been like a spinning turntable. What I've tried to do is get as close to that as possible, or at least just fill the gap, because I just don't like the way the track and the edge of the track bends. I mean, this maybe try and tidy this up a little bit, but that's as close as I think I'm going to get to it. And then the exit path basically joins on down here. Obviously the path isn't actually this wide. This is just me placing the flooring over the top. And then I wanted that to be sort of the other side of the of the barrier within the queue line, just so guests can see the people coming off, see how wet they are. And yeah, that's my style for the River Rapids. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. We will jump on the ride for a quick POV. I say quick; it's not it isn't the quickest ride to watch. We will just pause it there, just so we don't have to wait for another boat. Where's train 2? There we go, and we will go. We'll go orbit, because then at least I can spin it round as needed to make sure we get a good view. I do think this is the best camera view for this sort of ride. So yeah, I'll see you in a moment after we've had a ride on the River Rapids. And there we go. That was the rapid river. Yeah, let me know what you think about that. As I say, it's intentionally not an exciting ride. It is just a bumpy boat ride with a bit of a waterfall in it. But I'm quite pleased with how that fits in. I think it uses that space very well, and I think it blends in with that section of the park quite well as well. How many times can I say "well" in a sentence? That's quite a lot. My my next plan is over here. I've just started a vintage car ride. Whether that stays or not, I don't know. I've just been putting it out there just for a bit of a test. Not sure if that does stay, but we will see. And the other thing I've got to do is I've still got to do the park entrance, and just sort of I've built this kind of main strip down here out, and I want to have buildings going off the side of it, with the path that lead to different sections of the park. So that's my next sort of plan. So yeah, once I've done that, put something around this area. I don't know what's going to go in this section yet with the vintage car ride. That may not stay. So yeah, don't get your hopes up. I know everyone out there is begging me to do a vintage car ride. And then obviously we've just got to find something to put in the middle of the park just here, and then that will be the park complete, as crazy as that feels. And then I'm just going to be tidying up this first section, because this was like some of the first things I built on Planet Coaster 2. Yeah, looking at this now, I'm thinking some of it does need sort of bulldozing, but we will see. I do like the view line you get from here. I do like the fact you can see the clock tower, you see the boomerang coaster, see the Ferris wheel. You can just through the trees there see the quarry. And yeah, I think that's a really nice viewpoint. I may end up leaving, grass over a certain area of this, just to have a bit of like an Alton Towers feel to it, I guess. But yeah, anyway, these are all decisions that I've got to make. So yeah, stick around and see where I end up expanding to next. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure you do like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.